Welcome back. This is the Vent, Rebuild, Refocus podcast presented by WeChat here. We have Sierra, the beautiful Sierra. We have Mrs. Nakava, New York, Nakava. We have Cleo, and we have none other than the one and only Wolf. I am that boy Reckless. We are gathered today to talk about a special topic, understand? And it may be a little controversial depending on how you view it. And the question is asked, or the statement is said, full disclosure is not synonymous with the truth. Do you agree or do you disagree? Understand? I'm going to reiterate it. Full disclosure is not synonymous with the truth. Understand? And just to break that down, to fully disclose something has no bearings on the truth. Understand? So let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. Let's start with.
So what do you mean? Okay. So like when you say, like what's your definition of full disclosure? If you're saying it has no bearing on the truth, like what do you mean when you say full disclosure?
So
I need that point of clarity in order to answer your question.
Got you. I'm gonna give an example to clarify it. So, okay, we're all on the podcast, right? We have That Boy Reckless, we have Miss Nakava, New York, we got Wolf, we got Cleo, we got the beautiful Sierra. Now, if somebody asks me, hey, did you do a podcast? And I say yes, is that a true statement?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So if I post a podcast and they be like, well, all these other people was on it, how come you didn't tell me? Well, I didn't fully disclose that because you didn't ask that.
Okay.
So that's
I see what you're saying.
All right. Okay. So in that realm, it's like that because I didn't fully disclose it doesn't mean I didn't tell the truth or it was, a lie. Or even if they ask, well, who did you do a podcast with? And I was like, well, I did a podcast with Wolf. And I omit everybody else. That is a true statement.
Okay.
All right, so that's what I mean. Full disclosure is not synonymous with the truth. Understand? So now the question is, like, do you agree or do you disagree? Understand?
And that's basically saying, like, leaving out certain facts or certain details is basically, it's asking, like, if you leave out certain facts, certain details, is that saying that you're lying, or is that considered that you're telling the truth still?
Okay. All right. So I get the question. So and I'm happy to clarify because initially I was thinking like truth, like a person's truth, right? And for me, I feel like a person's truth, everybody's truth is different. Like you could be at the same event, see the same thing, but your truth and his truth might be different, right? So that's initially what I was thinking. So I'm happy you clarified. So you're more so thinking on the lines of telling the truth, not necessarily a person's truth, but whether or not is telling the truth or not. Okay. Right. Okay.
So what have you? Do you agree to that statement? Is full disclosure synonymous or not synonymous? Or like is full disclosure something different? Do you have to fully
to a certain extent?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Cleo.
To a certain extent. Because you can put that in so many different ways of trying to tell the truth of stuff. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
I mean, what you're saying is true. your statement that you made a while ago is true. But say, for instance, you're riding in a car, like we used earlier. You're riding in the car, and your significant other say, "Hey, who was you with just now in the car?" Because, say, for instance, your sister seen you, and she like, "Oh snap! There goes Sierra, her ex-boyfriend, her best friend." But when you call and ask the question, "Hey, who in the car with you?" "Oh, who you with?" And she say, "Oh, I'm with Cleo." But she leave everybody else out. Would you consider that her being truthful, or do you consider that leaving out what you're
Leaving
looking
out.
for?
So now, so that I would consider that as a true statement. If I ask the question like you just asked, that's a true statement. Who you riding with? And she just elect to say, I'm riding with Cleo, and you are in fact in the car, that's a true statement. Now,
Yeah.
if I ask, hey, who's all in the car? And she just said
Okay.
Cleo, that's definitely a lie. So I believe it's when
So it's basically how you reword it, how you word it then, right?
when you're seeking
Mm-hmm.
information, I think you really have to be particular and technical on what you really want to extract out of somebody. Because I don't think full disclosure is I don't think it's entitled.
Okay,
So
so
I
you feel
think,
like when a person asks you a question, you're only giving them what they ask.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So now,
Yes. I don't believe full disclosure is entitled. Like, if you're not asking for that, why am I giving you that information?
right. So this is the thing. So if a person like leave out information, I don't necessarily think it's a lie. I don't think they're lying. I think, yeah, they're telling the truth, but they're not telling all the truth. And
Right.
so for me, I'm always about the intention. So if a person doesn't tell me all the truth, then now I have to wonder, okay, well, what's the intention? Why are you omitting whatever you're omitting? Because of
right,
like to say I'm only gonna to say, oh, I'm only gonna tell you what you asked me, like who want to be interrogated? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm
Right.
having a conversation with somebody, I'm not trying to interrogate you. I'm not asking you every question, but I would hope that the person would tell me what they want to tell me. And I'll respect whatever, they want to tell me. But if they omit things, now it's like, okay, why? Like what's the intention behind it? So
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's lying, but it's not telling all of the truth.
Okay. That's a valid point. Nobody wants to be interrogated.
I'm actually gonna agree with that too, because it's like if somebody asks something, why are we like having to like ask you 1,000 questions just to get one truth out? Like, I think that's just kind of crazy. Like, oh, who you with? Oh, such such. Okay, well, who else you with? Oh, such such. Okay, who else all in the car? Oh, such 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 such. Like, what is we doing at that point? That's crazy as hell to me. I don't know personally, but I'm like, damn, why you didn't just say, oh, me, Johnny, Ronnie, and Ken? Like, why I gotta say, oh, who you with? Ken. Oh, who else? Oh, Ken and Johnny. Oh, well, who all in the car? Oh, Ken, Johnny, Rob, Mary, Kate. Like, God, leave, my nigga. Like, what is we doing at this point? I think that's crazy if that's what y'all are saying. So I guess I can agree with what Nick would just say, because like, it's like, why I gotta interrogate you to get the truth out? Why you can't just say what it was to begin with? I think that's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
In
So,
that
I,
sense that
would,
she
I
used,
would
in that
rather a
sense,
person
yeah.
just get straight to the point and ask what they want to ask than to go around the question and ask. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I
But
operate.
don't be, I feel like, but don't be what I consider a dickhead either, because you know exactly what they're asking you. Like, don't try
Right.
to be
Yeah.
a
I mean,
dickhead and try to go around with asking. You know what they asking you? Hey, who you with? Oh, I'm just with such a. You know they want to know who all you was with. Like, that's just being, I feel like a D head, because at the same time, you know what they asking you. Like, don't be trying to give somebody a hard time. I feel like that's giving somebody a hard time And we ain't slow either. We're not slow. We're not naive. We know what people is asking. So just be truthful with it. And me personally, I don't disagree, because telling, hey, who you was with Ken, and you got Rob and everybody else with you, but you was with Ken. Okay, that is the truth, because you was with Ken. But I feel like if somebody got to partially tell me the truth to something, knowing what I'm asking, knowing the truth behind what I want. But like if anybody got to partially leave out stuff to tell me something, don't tell me at all. Just say I don't want to answer. Just me personally. Like if you're gonna tell me the truth, don't tell me at all. Like don't tell me nothing. Just like I don't want to answer. I'm cool. And I'd be good with it. But don't, I was just with Ken, knowing you was with, or don't, I just went to the movies knowing you went elsewhere. Like, what you do today? I went to the movies, and you probably went to the mall and went to Japan and everything else. So I think that's just crazy. Like, if someone want to partially tell me the truth, just don't answer my question at all. My personal opinion.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so the only time, because I do that sometimes, but the only time I do that though,
wait, just like everybody does it, but go ahead.
Right. The only time I do it though is if I feel like it's not the other person's business. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, especially with females, like they be real nosy and catty just to start stuff. So I purposely would leave out information to prevent that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stop being nosy. Like, but that is intentional, right? And I know the intention and why I'm doing it. So I think, yeah, anytime somebody does that, there's an intention on why they're leaving out information. It's definitely always for a reason.
No, right.
Someone commented on my post today. They said that Simone actually commented on my post. She was like, she felt like she deems it as lying because if it's intentional, like you intentionally, like purposely leaving something out, then she considered that lying. But I do agree with it's the intention on it. It depends on the person. Like, I guess it depends on the person. Like, if it's some random girls or a group of girls, like how you did it, just trying to be nosy, okay, that's understandable. Like, of course, we don't want to be telling somebody their business. We know they're going to be messy. If it's your partner, I think that's different than that. And then if it's like family, like, so I agree with the intentions, and I think it depends on the person.
No, right. So, well. No, right. And so well said from both of you guys, right? Because it does depend on who's asking the question. Because so this is what happens, right? People ask you questions and they feel they're entitled to know everything about your whole life. No, you're not entitled to my truth, period. I could lie to you if I wanted to. Understand? Like lies are important sometimes. So if I didn't want to tell you the truth at all and just sold you down a river, I could do that. Nobody's entitled to your truth if you don't want to give it to them. And especially they're not entitled to your full disclosure, especially a stranger. Nobody gives their social security number on the first day to anybody. Right?
Not on the second or third or
now you're right. Some people, but God bless those.
It'll take some years for that to go around.
But the thing is, we don't want to become accustomed to, because you asked me this, I'm obligated to answer. Hold on, what audacity do you have to ask me this question anyway? Unless it's a significant other. Understand? And then we go to a whole different ball game. Absolutely, we could be truthful and forthcoming with a significant other, but I'm talking about on a general realm of full disclosure is not synonymous with the truth. Understand? Because just the entitlement factor.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Go ahead, Cleo.
Go ahead, Cleo.
That's why I say, to a certain extent, when it comes down to your significant other, then there's a respect thing into their relationship or their marriage. But to somebody you just met, okay, then, no, I'm not going to tell them all my business. I'm not going to tell them who all in the car with me or what I'm doing, because no, it's not their business. So it wouldn't be a lie. It's just, you're not telling the whole truth.
Right.
Of what's going on around you. So I agree to disagree with it. I can't totally say, okay, I with. I just agree to disagree with some of the stuff. And,
All right.
and how
Depending on who's asking, you may agree,
right,
and depending on who asking, you may disagree. I get
right.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I can agree to that. I agree to that.
And I agree too. And I definitely think your response and how much information you give kind of shows, like how she mentioned, respect, or not even respect, but shows your connection or your relationship, like
Mhm.
how important your relationship is with that person.
Right.
Right.
So, like my coworkers, I mean, I admit all of the truth all the time. Like, what? Oh, you moved? Oh, where did you move? Oh, further away. Like, why do you need to know where I live? Like, come on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't respect. I have a working
Relationship.
relationship
Right.
with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not oh, let me give you all the details of the information. But of course, if my mom asked me that question in terms of where you live, oh, I'm texting the address, I'm giving you all the info. It shows, how important that relationship is based off of how much information you give.
Okay.
Exactly. I agree.
No,
I
yeah.
agree.
So we all are in agreement that it depends on who the particulars are, right? So now let's get into another topic, and I said it. Lies are important. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
I don't know if I would say lies are important, but I do think lies are necessary, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if I would say, oh, a white lie, because I don't know why everything white has to be good,
Right, right.
whatever.
That's
But
a whole
anyway,
nother
a
topic.
black lie, a black lie,
Right,
I do feel like there's instances where you lie to protect a person,
hmm
where you feel like, they don't need to know something yet, or, so I do feel like, yeah, sometimes you gotta lie. Yeah.
And you know what? And so,
Only time.
all right, go ahead, Wolf. Go ahead, Wolf.
Nah, I was just saying. Only time I would just sit up here and lie to a person is for one, I don't really know them, and then for another, who I do know, what the business that they want to know about is not none of their business. So that's what only reason why I would lie to a person that I don't know. But I mean, ain't no sense of lying to a person I do know or a family member. You go take it
Well,
regardless.
I mean, sometimes I think it's to protect them though. Like for instance, when my sister was diagnosed with stage 4, cancer. We didn't immediately go to her kids and be like, oh, well, no, they're like, oh, well, how is my mom doing? We're like, okay, well, we're getting all the information. We're finding out. We weren't like, oh, she got stage 4 cancer. There's nothing that they can do to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Let them get used to the idea like, oh, wow, my mom is in the hospital. She's sick, before we just be like, boom, this is what the doctor told us today.
Right.
Right.
So I think even with the loved one, sometimes you might have to lie to protect them.
Clear, what you think?
I feel like hurt me with the truth than to satisfy me with a lie, because later on that lie gonna catch up and it's gonna hurt that person even worse.
Okay.
If you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a direct answer, whether you like it or you don't like it. You feel me? And I guess that's just me. And I try to teach, and I don't know why, but I've always taught my kids the same thing. Everybody's not gonna like what you say. Somebody's gonna find a fault in everything that you say, within everything that you do. Be truthful. Sometimes them truths could set you free. It'll work out in your favor. But if you lie and you keep lying, you got to come up with another lie to go on top of that lie. Plead the fifth. You ain't got to necessarily say anything. You just be quiet. If they ask you a question that you don't want to answer, just be quiet. Don't say anything. Oh, I don't want to answer it. That's just my theory. That's just how I am. That's to a stranger, to my family. And I guess that's why they, my family, they be like, I do too much. It's not that I do too much. I just tell you straight up. I'm a straightforward person, you know. And some people can handle it, some people can't handle it. But that's just how I am. And I'd rather for a person to be with me like that. It's not even about, I don't take things personal all the time. I'd rather for them just tell me and then let me deal with how I want to react towards it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, absolutely.
So
Totally understand that.
and
Yeah,
Ben,
no,
you've been around.
I could respect that.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But
like
one
Ben,
thing I know,
you be like, dang,
um,
she have no filter. Or that's like with my other daughter. People look at her like she has no filter or she don't care what she say. It's not even that. It's just being straightforward. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to beat around the bush to you. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If something on you that don't look right, okay, that don't look right on you. Or, that just I don't know. That's just me. So lies do matter to me. Don't lie to me because then I'm a sheer away from you. I don't want to be around nobody that just lie to me. Be straight, and I can respect you a little bit more.
yeah, I could definitely respect that. But I
I can
think,
dig it. I can dig it.
yeah, nah, I mean, but I definitely feel like it's the intent. You know what I'm saying? People
Okay.
lie to their children. America lies to their children
Oh
all
yes.
day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's like, oh, Santa Claus, when your kids are young, they're like, yeah, Santa Claus brought you these presents. They're not lying to be malicious to their children. They want them to have a happy childhood. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to ruin that for them. So I
Right.
think it's the intent and, like why you're manipulating the truth because, they like, oh, the tooth fairy, oh, this, oh, that. And then when they become a certain age, then they're like, oh, you know what? I was putting those dollars under your pillow. I was taking that too. Santa Claus don't exist. I was buying you gifts. But as a kid, they don't want to ruin that for them. So they lie.
That's true.
You know what? That
Yeah.
that that is a great example, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah, because we can all relate to that because that's we all been reared under that type of traditional Santa, Easter Bunny, and such and such, and those like we know for a fact those are lies. Understand? But we grafted those in as okay and acceptable, and we passed them on as okay and acceptable. So so that almost says lies are important. It just depends on which ones. And like Nakeba said, the intent of the lie. Like if I'm lying to you just to get over or manipulate or just to, get out of something, okay, we could tell the truth in that matter. But like you said, if it's something like Santa, and I don't want to crush your little spirits, or I want to save you from something, and I don't want to reveal something. And that's another thing I want to say. People are layered, right? Like we peel as we go, and we reveal different aspects of our lives as we go and mingle and court with people. So if somebody speed up the process, somebody may lie like, hold on, I'm not even ready to reveal this yet. And you're like, just chill. I'm gonna shoot you this just to get you off my back so you could be satisfied with the answer, but I'm not ready to reveal this part of my life yet. Understand? And a lot of that has happened. Understand? A lot of that has it happens every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. In a relationship, though, I feel like it depends on what aspect of your life you feel like you're not ready to reveal. Now, if we're in a serious committed relationship and it's something that's gonna affect me
Right.
and you don't reveal it, then we got a problem. But if it's your own thing and it's not gonna affect us or the relationship, then I can understand that. But if it's something that will affect the relationship and we're in a serious committed relationship, because I feel like when you're dating, you really ain't gotta reveal nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. But once you decide, okay, we're gonna be in a serious committed relationship that's gonna lead to marriage, then I feel like anything that would affect me, then it definitely needs to be revealed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I think that's
I
fair
agree with
though.
that.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I do agree with that.
You said what?
That's like somebody had made a post today on Facebook, and he was like, if you dating somebody and you don't want to see them every day, is that wrong? And my response was, if you're trying to build with that person and you're trying to go somewhere with it, then you do need to see them every day. But if you ain't trying to build with them and they be like, okay, hey, I don't want to see you today, I'll see you tomorrow or the next day, you ain't building with them, that's okay. You know? But I seen a lot of response and a lot of people answers, and I was like shocked. Like everybody was like, no, I don't need to see that person every day. What? I don't
So
know.
so we could stray a little bit, right? We could stray a little bit to to chime in to that. So you said the guy said he doesn't want to see the girl that he was courting every day. Were they already in
Right.
a relationship, or he was just trying to date?
It was just like that was just the thing. It was just like, do you gotta see everybody? You know what I mean, see that girl every day if you're dating her. And I'm just like, and everybody was like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you're trying to build with this girl, then I think you should see her. It don't take her 5.5 seconds to say hello. If you need
So,
to go
but
somewhere, go somewhere.
I disagree.
I don't think it'd be every day, but it should be more frequently and more, consistent. But you don't just because you don't have to just see the person every day. I mean, I'm not a clingy person, so I'm not gonna just be wanting to. I may have to come home to you, but man, I ain't about to be on it like that.
Yeah, not for dating. I think because in 2023, dating is it don't necessarily mean we in a serious relationship that's gonna lead to marriage. I
Right.
think once you decide, okay, it's me and you, we gonna ride this thing out, we gonna have a serious relationship that's leading towards marriage, then it shouldn't be a problem seeing them every day, especially if you want something that's going to lead towards marriage. You're going to see them every day. But if you're just dating, nah, because I might be dating other people. So why would I want to see you every day? And dating
Agreed.
don't mean having sex. Like
no,
dating mean,
right.
okay, let's go to brunch, let's have lunch, let's have coffee. Is not. So yeah, like I might be dating other people. I'm
But see,
seeing what's the best option.
that's what
I
I
want
put
to
in there.
chime in.
Unless you're trying to still be with other people, then okay, then no. I mean, you ain't got to see that person every day. But if you're trying to build with this person, then I think you should see that person every day. Because you got to stop and think. Okay, so you sitting at home, you don't deal with nobody, or say she don't deal with nobody, or you don't deal with nobody, and she's out, and you ain't seen this girl in 2 or 3 days. Now you wondering what she doing. You get what I'm saying? So why even go through all that? Why even go through the agony of all that? And then if you get so used to, say for instance, you call her up, hey yo, let's chill out. Well, no, I gotta see, I gotta check my schedule. Now you on the back burner. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So
yeah.
now you're not seeing each other again. So that's just how I look at it. If you constantly do it, you do it in the beginning and you keep going on. And now that you're serious and your heart is all into it, and now you want to be with this person, after you done sat there and said, we ain't got to see each other, but your feelings done grew a little bit stronger. Now this girl done got used to not seeing you every day because she want to go hang out or whatever she want to do. Now you're in your feelings. But that's why I say, if you're trying to build, then yeah, see each other every day. But if you ain't trying to build with that person, then go your own step away, do what you do. Unless y'all friends with benefits.
What is a friend with a benefit? What is that?
Way before you get
It
into
could be.
that, I wanted
All
to
right,
chime
okay.
in on
Go ahead.
the dating thing, because people get dating and relationships so confused. And this the thing. If we're just dating, I don't have to. If we're dating, we're not committed. I'm not committed to you, and I'm not entitled to spend time with you all the time. Like, you lucky to get a text on me. We're just dating. It's not that serious. So that goes with the disclose. Like, if we're dating, I don't have to open up to you and tell you everything right then and there. Just like Nakava said, if we're dating, I'm probably dating 5 other people. And then this the thing, just to get away from the 5 other people, it's just like we live in reality too, though. Like, we both got a life, we both work, we probably got kids, probably got other stuff we got to do. I'm not obligated to link with you every day. Like, we live in a real world. So actually, no. But do you want to see each other? Yeah, when it's convenient for the both of us, when our schedules are free, if we up for it, okay. But to just keep trying to, I think that's just a little corny and crazy, because we do live in reality too. Everybody got to work. Everybody, I mean, if you don't work, I don't even understand why you're still dating. But we got to work, we got kids, we got priorities, we got business to handle out here. So I don't agree with the having to see each other every day, but I do agree with, if we're dating, let's frequently see each other whenever we can, link up, yada yada, for several reasons. So I just want to say that friends with benefits, to me, because I know y'all finna get on that too, and I'm probably mute myself, but friends with benefits to me can be a partner that you just sleeping with. It could be a partner you're gaining something from, money wise. You could be someone who's a partner to you and they probably pouring into you, like leveling up business wise. Friends with benefits goes a long way. It depends. It benefits is of course a gain from something. So whatever you're gaining from it, whether it's a nut, whether it's money, whether it's some knowledge, that's what friends with a benefit is to me.
I guess I look at dating meaning you're in a relationship. When you're dating somebody, you're in a relationship.
You're trying to be in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship, to me. But once you get in a relationship, okay, if we saying we together, all right, like we about to, like, we need to spend some more time. Let's do this, let's do that. I guess we can start opening up about a little more than whatever. Once it become committed, because in the Bible, of course, we're supposed to be staying living with our partner before marriage. But of course, we human, people do it anyway. So once you become committed, whatever, if y'all living together, okay, y'all gonna see each other every day, then it gets to those points. But if we're dating, nah, we can spend a night on the weekend. We can get a little room together if we want to. I'm probably gonna get a room with somebody else next week. I don't know. I don't think it's that serious in the dating stage. Like, we're not committed to each other. We're not in no type of relationship. We're just dating. We're enjoying each other right now. We're enjoying everybody right now.
I don't know. I look at that as just friends. Y'all just friends. Friends with benefits. Somebody you can chill with. Somebody you can hang out with. Somebody you can have sex with.
So no, so dating is definitely it's nothing serious in dating. It's just like applying for multiple jobs at one time. Understand? That's how I liken it. I just applied for 4 jobs at one time, and the further I get with the other job or one job, okay, I'm gonna start taking that job more serious. That's what I consider dating. But to say we're dating and I'm committed and dating, yeah, full disclosure is not synonymous with the truth. Understand? at all.
Because I don't even know at this point if I want a serious relationship with you.
Right.
Like if we're dating, we're just getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we're hanging out, we're talking, we're chatting. You know, I don't even feel like you gotta be intimate or have any kind of sexual encounter with
Right.
a person you're dating, you know, but just getting to know each other. You know what I mean? Like I
We're
don't.
still figuring each other out.
Yeah.
No, right. So yeah. So, but and then we talked about that before. Missing the cab in New York. Understand? uh,
Sure.
people
Yeah.
people have different uh categories of dating, but
Right.
it's important to make sure you know what level that the person you're dating is on because
Right.
it could be some
Yeah.
mixed signals there. Understand?
Yeah.
Here it is.
I
Here it is. I put in 4 applications and you put in 1. Hey, don't hold me to what you got going on. Understand? Because I'm out in the wind. And like you said, dating does not mean sexual activity. Understand? And I believe at that point when you're having sex and dating, that's when you try to get more serious and speed up
mm-hmm.
the process
Right.
of getting serious as opposed to just figuring somebody out. As a man and as a female, we have to be particular on who we give our possessions to. Understand? Uh,
Sure.
I agree, and when I said that, that's because let's not stray away from reality. People do it. People be like, "Oh, I sleep with this person on the first date." We
no,
done
no,
heard that
yeah,
before plenty times.
no, right.
So I'm just throwing that in there as well because on dating, some people may sleep together and probably have no intent behind it. Some people may not. Some people sleep on the first date. Some people sleep 6 months in.
No, yeah.
It's
So
just
no, I
still
was
reality, though.
no, that's a fact. And I was gonna go ahead and fortify that by saying to some people is a prerequisite for the next stage to have sex. Understand? Just to see the caliber and just to see the if it's good or not. This is the next stage, right? Some some people do that. That's their rubric. I got to see what it's hitting for. Understand? And I'm saying, this is, I mean, we know, we know. Understand? This isn't nothing new, right?
No,
People,
I feel you. I definitely feel you. But I like how you mentioned about like the different levels and the like each is important for both parties to know. Like, nah, you know, like we're just dating, nothing serious. When you go to that serious level, it has to be a mutual
has to be a
agreement.
mutual
You know what
agreement.
I'm saying? For me, next 3 years, I'm only dating. Like, I don't want no serious relationships. I'm only dating for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And when a
Right.
guy
All about
asks
the
me out on a
understanding.
date, huh?
It's all about understanding what you had with a person. That's all.
Right. And if a guy asks me out, I'm very clear. Like, yeah, we can date. I'm not looking for nothing serious in the next 3 years.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And but I think in that being forthcoming, right? Because we're still there. Being forthcoming with that, it definitely puts the ball in the other person's part to say, okay, am I willing to
To
right.
stick around.
to her and
Mm-hmm.
which is cool, understand? Because I think yeah,
Yeah.
for that matter, full disclosure I think is almost necessary at that point, right?
At that point,
Right.
yeah.
Because
I
so
don't want no misunderstanding. Like,
right.
Right.
I need
So
Fact.
to be clear.
imagine
Like,
imagine
nah.
this. Imagine this. I put out 4 applications, right? And then the girl that put out 1 application, she has sex when she's dating, right? So we go there and I tell her, well, I'm not looking for anything serious. She's going to be offended, understand, highly. Because she's
because she's gonna be like, you should have told me this before.
Right.
This, not after. Yeah,
right.
for
So
sure.
we want to make sure we understand and use full disclosure when it's necessary. Understand, especially when emotions is involved. People have committed heinous crimes in the passion of, it's called the passion of crime or something to the liking. So, and that's a true entity in the world that we have to be and take in consideration to when we're mingling and intertwining with spirits and people.
Soul tie.
Yeah, soul tie.
I just want to say I definitely agree with that, Nikayla. Well, both of y'all, I agree with that because, yeah, and because I know we mentioned before, we don't have to disclose everything if we're dating, yada yada. But to those extents, I feel like I agree with that because that's just a part of setting your intentions in a relationship. That's setting you want to set your intentions in any type of relationship with anyone, whether that's dating, I don't care what it is, friendships or whatever. Hey, we friends, but I ain't doing certain this, or we dating, but just because we sleep together don't mean this, or we're not sleeping together actually, period, or I don't want nothing later on. But that's very important because people will come up with their own just based off how they feel, what they perceive from you. So people get so confused with what they perceive from you versus the actual truth. And the truth is, oh, well, it looks like we was dating and I thought we was together and this, that, and third. And whole reality, we never said we was together. That's what you thought. You thought we was together because people have some charming personalities. People have strong, somebody will mistake that for, oh, well, we go together, make me feel this way and we do this. No, we still dating. That's just who I am. Actually, no, I don't want to be with you. And later on, I'm not. We're dating right now. We chilling. We cool. And people, and that'll hurt them too. Like this, they will still be offended. Like, what you mean? I thought we was, nah. So I feel like actually, yeah, that's very important. Just for those reasons right there. Like, look, I'm really not. I'm just dating right now. I'm just enjoying my time. You probably just got out of a relationship, whatever the case may be. You probably ain't even got to tell that. Like, yo, I'm just chilling right now. I'm enjoying you right now. I want you to enjoy me. Let's just enjoy the moment together. And then on down the line, if it do leaves, it leaves. And if it don't, if you don't want it to leave, say that. But if it don't, it don't. It's part of life. So I definitely agree for that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So just to reiterate, full disclosure is necessary at some times, and it is not necessary at some times. It depends on the matter. People in the world, make sure you use your discretion on when you fully disclose a matter, and then when you elect not to. Understand, because it is a cold world out here. And people emotions are serious, right? It's a lot of mental health ailments that you could spiral somebody into by playing with the emotional fortitude of someone. So just to be mindful, let's be good people, right? Let's encourage, let's uplift, let's empower people. Understand? Let's not take advantage. And let's just try to do the right things, right? Let's try to be the better person in life all of the time. And just to reiterate again, the Cave of New York for the next 3 years is dating. She is nothing serious, okay?
And also though, of course, as soon as I tell that to a guy, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, tell me why." They act, and I always tell them. As soon as I tell them the reason, they respect it, right?
Okay.
So for me, my children are 14. My youngest are 14. They're freshmen in high school. In 3 years, they'll be gone to college.
Right.
I have a 20-year-old that's already in college.
That's correct.
Right now, when I turn on the news, this is like a pivotal age where my kids need me 100%. I don't got time for relationships. In 3 years, I'll be an empty nester. Let's do that. But right now, nah. I don't have time for it. My focus is them. So, and usually they're like, okay, I can respect that.
Salute. These
Two times.
no, you got to understand, because like you said, it's so prevalent, right, that our young black men are getting slain
Crazy.
on the pavement. They're getting slain left and right. Understand? So for you to say, hey, the most important thing in life right now is these 3 Hebrew boys, understand, is
Straight.
commendable, understand, and it's respectable. As
I
always.
want to go back on a topic that we mentioned earlier. On two things that you said. One was about the not flirting, but what people perceive, and that goes with flirting too. And I know people was on my neck, because flirting
You
can
going in
be.
and out. You going in and out, Sierra.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Because flirting comes with intentions, and of course with intentions, and if your intention is just a joke, me personally, I just don't understand why people would do it, because just that point you just made just now, females especially, we already sensitive. Now you got nonchalant females out here that don't care, but I'm speaking for the ones who probably has been lacking that type of attention, or not getting that type of attention enough from whoever, or they was dealing with someone who never made them feel that way, or whatever the case may be. And then you out here playing mind games with them, having them thinking it's this and it's this, and it's not. It's just not cool. Like, I'm highly against that, because females fall quicker, of course. We fall quick. We be emotional. We search for love. We want to be loved. We want to be cared about. That's what we want. We want to know that someone is listening and someone cares about us. So if you out there just flirting or dating and prolonging and leading on something that you know is not, I'm against it. And I don't think people should be doing that, period. Because you're hurting. You're not doing that by hurting, breaking people.
I completely understand. And I could respect that. I think a lot of how you feel about flirting, cheating is how you feel now. You know what I'm saying? When, like, 10 years from now, you might not feel the same way. I probably could say in the first half of my life. Oh, and so I'm 43. I'm into my age out there. I know I don't look 43.
No way.
But I'm 43,
no way you're 43.
right?
But go ahead.
So say I live to be 86, right? I have already lived the first half of my life. So I may have thought that way in the first half of my life. But I think once you get to the second half, like, all of that stuff is really not even important. Like,
Right.
it's really not. It's really not.
Okay. So yeah,
So, you know,
experience.
the way you feel now might change.
Just in another form of I've been there, done that, basically.
Exactly. Or I lived it and I learned, like,
Right.
there's a lesson that I learned. So what I was looking for in the first half of my life, I'm not looking for those things in the second half.
Right. I can agree to that.
It just changes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and just to bring the viewers. So Sierra was talking. We just recently did a podcast, and we were talking about is flirting cheating. Understanding. She's talking about a segment from that, and so I definitely
I'm on the
agree.
podcast.
Come again?
I'm sorry, my kids want to wrestle. They
Oh,
want to play right now.
okay. So I agree, right? If you're flirting for amusement, right? We don't want to lead anybody on, and I think that's what she was alluding to. You don't want to lead nobody on and have them thinking that it's something there when it's really not, because of what I just stated as far as the the feelings and the mental fortitude could be destroyed, and you could really have somebody do something to themselves or try to do something to you when they
Right.
understand, oh, he was just trolling, oh, she was just trolling. Understand? I really had no chance. So no, yeah, we definitely want to be courteous to that, right? And we also,
Yeah.
so
Right. Agree.
yeah,
You
so and
gotta be
the thing
clear.
is,
Like if
we
you're
do
Because
it.
clear,
Go ahead.
I said you have to be clear.
No, right,
And I think if you're clear, then the line shouldn't get blurred.
right. The
Right.
line feeling good, bro. If you're clear, you're absolutely right.
and I was gonna say, because also as well, people really is killing, like they really are killing you about their feelings, like, and I definitely agree with what you just said, because people like, oh, you played me, you've been playing with my feelings this whole time, you've been doing this, you got me feeling this way, I'm about to go do this to you, or whatever the case may be. People, we never know how someone is mentally, and just playing with people, period, and they heart, and that's why I said what I said. You never know where they at in that mental space, because you might come across the wrong one, and they
Yep.
stalk you at this point. They watching your kids. They all over your social media. They
Yep.
about to take one of your baby mamas out or your baby daddy out. They about to kill about you, like, at this point. But that's just because of how you make them feel, and they
No, no,
can't
right,
control
right.
their feelings. Some people can't control it.
No, and like I said, I agree, and that's why I'm sending the message. Like we gotta, as you know, as humans, we gotta be better, right? We got an opportunity every day to grow more into a better person. Right? Nobody is just a perfect example of anything. However, we could all strive, we could all encourage, we could all empower, right, collectively to grow every day. Understand? And I think that's a fair thing to do. To grow every day and try to put the best foot forward, and empower people and not try to destroy people. Understand?
And also
Yeah.
just be mindful of other people's feelings. You know what I mean? Just, how you want to be treated is how you need to be treating other people. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be treated with love and care, you need to treat people with love and care.
Yeah. Hey Ben, I thought of that when we did make that. Well, when Yana did make that post, and you said something to me about the waitress. You were saying about being, you had said something. I can't remember
Oh
what it
yeah.
was. Word from
Okay.
word.
So let me bring the viewers in for it. So we are on the topic. We were on Facebook, and I said, well, what if we're at a restaurant, right? And I was talking about flirting, and I asked the waitress, "Hey, could you top me off?" But it's pertaining to my drink. Understand? Some people use the terminology, could you top me off for the drink? Now go ahead, Cleo.
Okay, yeah. So I thought about what you said, and that did make sense. It did make sense because, like, with me, I could look at a person and they might think that I'm flirting
Come
with
in.
them, because I have all eyes and the way I look, and I'm a friendly person, so I speak. So they think I'm flirting with them, but in reality, I'm not,
Right.
you know. So it's up to the other person and how they feel and how you feel too. You know what I'm saying? Some
No,
people misunderstand you and you ain't even trying to be there or trying to do that. You ain't even flirting, but they think you're flirting. So they go tell the next person, ooh, such and such was flirting with me. So
right.
then when you bring it back to your attention, it's like, wait a minute, hold up, I'm not flirting.
No, right.
So
Right.
it
Right.
was a long way. I thought about what you had said, and it did make sense.
No,
I just
yeah.
wanted to let you know that.
No, I appreciate that because you absolutely right. Signals can get crossed, and it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the interpretation.
The
Understand?
mindset.
So no, yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's a
Hey,
crazy world.
no, oh, it's a cold and crazy world, and we all have to be careful. We have to be on our P's and Q's and carrots. And just like Nakeva said, she got to shepherd her three Hebrew boys, understand? And it's a flock of young men and young women that we have to shepherd, understand? Because we understand we're older, so we see what's going on in the world. So it's incumbent upon us to really be those shepherds in our communities and be pillars in our communities. And we get better every day. We grow every day into that. Understand? And so let me just say, I thank you all for being guests. Well, y'all not even guests, understand? I can't even call y'all guests. Like, y'all family,
I'm a
understand?
guest.
No,
I
no,
want
no,
to
no. So no, it's well appreciated. The conversation is always brilliant. You guys' ideologies is y'all always like I'm always thinking, and I think of something, and then when y'all speak, I'm like, I haven't thought of that. Understand? So that's always I'm always appreciative of that. Understand? So we're gonna close, and I'm gonna ask everybody as I do, how was your day? We could start with Miss McCabe in New York. How was your day?
So I actually would appreciate starting with that. Like, how was your day in the beginning of the podcast? What is your podcast? Do it how you will. So yeah, no, my day was excellent. You know, same
Okay.
routine for me. In the morning, I did my meditation, I did
You
my
get this
yoga.
note.
I actually prayed this morning as well because last night I fell asleep. So I usually do meditation in the morning, pray and at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell asleep last night because we had such a long podcast. Which I really enjoyed. You know, I love the discussion.
Thank
Everybody has interesting ideas.
thank you.
But so I had to, I had to get my prayer in the morning. And then I really didn't do much of anything. I watched TV, spent time with my dog, spent time with the boys, and cooked dinner. You know, um, I'm actually just enjoying not. Man, when I have work, like I just have such a long to-do list
Yeah.
that I'm just enjoying not having that to-do list. It's like, yeah.
Cleo, how was your day?
Monday was great with these grandkids of mine.
Shout out to Cleo holding the grandkids down. Shout out always.
Got one. Keep putting it on mute. Cause tuning, he's something serious.
Okay, okay, okay. um, Wolf, how was your day?
It was a good one. I got up, I cleaned the house, I did laundry, ready for the work week. Back to the paper.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Sierra, if you're able to talk.
Hey, you hang on, man. You looking at the camera?
Oh,
You gotta ask him how his day
look
was.
at this. Oh, Quasi, how are you, brethren?
Blood, man. Yo, yeah, man. Like,
Yo,
yo, hey,
I know you had a long, tumultuous day. Understand?
yeah, I did.
Really? Tumultuous? You need a new job then.
No. It's for different reasons. Just my condolences again. Understand? Everybody say my condolences. Understand?
Yeah.
My condolences.
Okay. But hey, bro, you know we love you. Understand? It's good to see you.
Yeah,
Look, then you popped up at WeChat here headquarters. Understand?
I
Ain't that?
know. Yeah. I definitely had to come, show love. Definitely, I had to take care of some personal issues, dealing
Right.
with some personal things. For those of y'all that don't know, I lost a friend girls 2 years ago. Today was her birthday. Very awesome person, deep in my life, this girl since sixth grade and, just was trying to, go support her family, just tell her that we must try to celebrate her life and just, wishing the family well. So, yeah, I was dealing with that, but everything's all blessing, everything in life is a choice. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you don't have a choice in life. That's one thing that I look at. When I look at her day, I would always tell people, don't ever forget that you have a choice. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is. I don't care what your mother did, what your father did. Once you come to the age of understanding, you have a choice, and you live and you die by that choice. So I just want everybody to take that away from one thing because I heard things that I didn't know, and it kind of shocked me because I'm like, dang, this person had a choice and they chose what they chose. You get what I'm saying? And they're no longer here, but that was their choice. You get what I'm saying? So it just kind of sad that they chose not to continue their purpose on this earth, but it is what it is. Life goes on. So it's just love. But we here though, man. Shout out.
Absolutely, absolutely. We all have that choice, and let's make it be a good one. Let's make it be impactful and powerful. Sierra, how was your day?
My day was good. It was good.
Okay. Well, that's great. My day has been fantastic. My day has been wonderful. Understand? I get to see you guys. I can't wait to get back home. I am on location. I see I'm not in the same background as my brethren. But nonetheless, my day has been fantastic. Any day on this side is always a glorious one. It's a day to do something great.
Yep.
With that being said, live life, love life, pursue happiness fearlessly. Understand? Fearlessly. That's all.
For sure.
All right.